I have an anxiety pattern that shows up when I have really important appointment or something scheduled that I can't be late for, or that it's imperative that it go well, or that I show up at my very best. For example, a job interview scheduled for 11 a.m., which is a very specific example, but let's go with that. What happens in this anxiety pattern is that I can't do anything else prior to the appointment. At least that's what's happened in the past. And it was really prevalent, and it was really uh, disruptive, to say the least, because I can't just shut down a whole day of things to do, going to work, being a functional adult, being a parent, etc., because I have one appointment. My name is Michelle Clenard, and I am a self-healing educator and coach. I'm also an energy medicine practitioner, and I'm excited to teach you how to listen to your body in order to change your patterns. I'm telling you about one of my anxiety patterns, what it looks like, that can really ruin my day and make me feel like absolute shit, so that you can learn how I retrained my nervous system out of this loop of anxiety and inability to function, as well as the negative self-talk that accompanied it. So when this anxiety pattern raises its flag and lets me know it's there, what's usually happening is there's this low-key panic going on, like something is going to mess it up, and that something is probably me. So if I do anything, I could potentially cause myself to be late or not prepared in some way. My body literally freezes, and it makes it difficult for me to override that survival freeze response so that I'm able to do anything else prior to the appointment. And that used to look like spending all the time prior to an appointment trying to function and complete tasks like I normally did, but not actually making progress or being effective at it. Often I would end up doing absolutely nothing, which caused me to feel like I wasted a lot of time on a whole lot of nothing because I couldn't function. And I used to be really hard on myself about that, berating myself with negative self-talk like, what's wrong with you? Or why can't you just do the things? This panic about something I do that causes me to mess up whatever this important appointment or whatever is rooted in my past experiences. My nervous system a long time ago learned that if I'm not perfect, or if I mess up even a little bit, there will be negative consequences. So there's a fear of negative consequences and a belief that I'll do something to mess it up from the past, which get activated in the present when I schedule something that I need to be on time and at my best for. The result of this activated old pattern is that I respond with old coping mechanisms, which is why I can't focus on anything else but the one thing. And when I would berate myself for not being able to perform at a certain level the other tasks that I should be working on prior to that appointment or that important thing, I unintentionally spiraled deeper into my anxiety. In more recent years, I have found new ways to respond to this pattern that have enabled me to override that past survival pattern and be more present and kind to myself when I feel that anxiety rise up, that I can't do anything. What about the appointment? I acknowledge that anxiety is what I'm feeling, and it's valid. It's a valid feeling, but it is not my present reality. No one will berate me, and I probably won't mess it up. I have a solid evidence from my personal experiences of being able to show up on time and be at my best when it's necessary. And I've learned over the years that my best is good enough, whatever that looks like, whatever best looks like for me in any given moment. And it might be different from moment to moment, and that's okay. Now, what I do instead of expecting myself to function at the highest level of performance by doing all the things I would normally do, when I notice this pattern, is I pick a couple of small tasks that I can complete in that time prior to the important thing I have scheduled. I learn through trying different things what works. And for me, what works means tasks that don't require a lot of critical thinking or creative ability, because that requires more focus than I can give in that nervous system state. I also don't allow my self-talk to be hard on me. I give myself grace to be in my healing process related to this pattern of anxiety, so my nervous system can learn how things are now rather than continue to function how they used to be. Even if I have to redirect or rephrase negative self-talk, I try to be aware of it so that I can do that. And then I can replace it with something that's kind to myself and just allows me to be human. It also, in that kindness that I extend to myself, I am also allowing my nervous system to be soothed, to not continue to be pushed toward more and more dysregulation and discomfort. I allow my healing process to play out by noticing the uncomfortable pattern and responding in new ways that actually help soothe my nervous system and communicate to it that the present circumstances are not the same as the past. The result is that I can now actually function better prior to an important appointment. And I have successfully broken that pattern that was really limiting and uncomfortable. And this is what it's like to understand your nervous system, how it functions, how it is driving, like past patterns in your nervous system are driving these annoying patterns that show up in the way you think, feel, behave, or function. These patterns are not something that's inherently wrong with you. It's actually a sign that your nervous system is doing its job to protect you from what it learned was a threat in some way in the past. And if you've outgrown that threat, if you're no longer in danger of whatever consequences you feared in the past, or whatever consequences you experienced in the past, then that's a sign that part of you is ready to heal that pattern. It doesn't really matter so much what the exact cause of the pattern is, as much as it matters to recognize when it's happening and acknowledge it. It's a thing that you're aware of, and then you can respond to it in different ways than you did in the past. And this is what listening to the body is. That is what my course on how to listen to the body is all about, starting with the basic needs and building a greater connection and awareness with your own body and its communicators, and developing new ways to respond. And then there's a more advanced Listen to Your Body course that builds on that by applying it to your healing and growth needs, addressing triggers, unprocessed emotions, and any stuck patterns or discomfort, whether it be physical, mental, or emotional. Listen to Your Body is a fundamental type of self-care that you already do. Every human being already listens to their body every single day, throughout the day, as we go through our day. But we do it without thinking about it or really even noticing most of the time. My Listen to Your Body course teaches you how to notice your body's signals, how to build on that so you can navigate your whole human experience in a way that helps you restore comfort faster. It's called Listening to Your Body, and I'd love to teach it to you. So if you are interested in learning more, or potentially having access to it if you decide it's right for you, you can put your name on the wait list to receive updates and information about the Listen to Your Body courses. This waitlist is not a commitment in any way. It's just information. The waitlist link is in the description of this video, and it's also in my bio. You're welcome to ask any questions. I love questions. That's what I'm here for.